This is Gregory McDowell, and I welcome you to another episode of Harsh Realities Unplugged. This is strictly for the youth, young people, and teens out there. You know, when I was a young kid, I would sit on the porch and look at the older guys play. And I would always wonder what it would feel like to go out and join them. You know, if you in school, you're trying to do the right things in life, stay on that path, please. Because if you're contemplating about stepping off the porch, going to play with the older kids, that's a bad idea. Trust me, I've been there. I'm going to share with you what's going to take place if you do decide to make that choice. See, when you first step out into the streets for the very first time, you're green. You really don't know what's going on. You're mesmerized by the things that's happening, the people, the things that are taking place. And like me, you'll find somebody who's been out there a little bit longer than you. They're called seasoned veterans. Now, what that means in the streets is that's someone who's been participating in doing wrong a little bit longer than you have. See, you just stepping off the porch. You really don't know what's happening, but that person is going to teach you. Now, this is how they're going to teach you. They're going to use you. They're going to abuse you. They're going to mistreat you. They're going to mislead you. They're going to deceive and manipulate you. They're going to exploit you. Now, there's a saying, the game is to be sold, not to be told. You may be wondering, what do you pay for that game with? Well, I'm going to tell you. You pay for that game with your innocence. See, when you don't know what's going on, it's good for that person that's teaching you because they're going to reap all the benefits and the rewards. Let's say, for instance, you go out on a caper. Go out on a robbery, y'all go out hustling. The person that is more experienced than you, he gonna end up with most of the money. And when you ask someone, well, hey man, I did all the work. You know, I climbed through the window first, or I kicked the door down first and went in and did this and did that. You know what he gonna tell you? Well, you really didn't see what you thought you saw in there. Or he gonna tell you something like, well, I owe somebody, man. You remember that thing what we had the other night? I had to pay for that. But that's all game, you see. And in the meantime, what's happening to you, your innocence is slowly being stripped away, piece by piece. And before you know it, you're not going to be tagging along with Peter, Paul, or John anymore. You're going to be out on your own. But see, what else is going to happen is, before you get a chance to break away from Peter, Paul, and John, they're going to take you around the other seasoned veterans so that they can see that you're slow and you really don't know what's going on. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to use you too. So if you thinking about stepping off of that porch, man, stay on that porch, man. Them streets ain't nothing to play with. The people in them streets ain't nothing to play with. The activity that's going on out there in them streets ain't nothing to play with. Please take my word. Don't step off of that porch. Because them streets, they unbeatable, man. That's the only thing I know that is unbeatable to this day. Listen, don't rush to grow up. It's going to happen one day. And I promise you, when it does, you're going to wish you were still a kid again. You know, for all of you that have both parents in your home out there, you can tell your parents anything, man. Your parents are not just your parents. They're your best friends. Truth be told, they're the only friends you got in this world. You see, your parents ain't going to judge you. They ain't going to talk about you. They ain't going to laugh at you behind your back. They're going to give you the best advice that they possibly can. They're never going to steer you wrong. So if you going through something, you thinking about doing something, talk to your parents, man. They'll guide you the right way. They love you. They don't want you to hurt. They don't want you to be hurt. They don't want you to be involved in all that old dumb stuff, man. I wish I could talk to all y'all out there, face to face, But I know that's impossible. But who knows? Maybe someday I will. But I just want to say this right here. Do not step off of that porch. I repeat, don't step off of that porch, man. Because what's out there, you ain't ready for. You ain't ready for it. Listen, this is Gregory McDowell. I love you. God bless you. Stay focused. Keep your head in them books. Keep your mind off them streets. Because them streets ain't got nothing for you. Peace.